What's our world going to look like in just 2 years? According to legendary investor Reid, AI is about to change, well, pretty much everything, from our jobs to the very rules of technology itself. So today, we're going to dive into his 5 key predictions for 2026.
Hoffman kicks things off with this really powerful vision of the near future. So picture this. You get up from your desk to grab a coffee, and your computer just keeps working without you. Now, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie scene. Nope, Hoffman's betting this is going to be totally normal by 2026.
So, if our computers can work on their own, what does that actually mean for us and our daily grind? Well, Hoffman's first big prediction is that it completely dismantles the whole idea of a traditional 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, that old career ladder we all heard about. Hoffman says to just forget it. We're moving to what he calls an entrepreneurial journey. This means we're swapping out that steady, predictable schedule for these intense project-based sprints. I mean, just imagine working a crazy 120-hour week and then following it up with just a 10-hour week. Our careers are becoming way more fluid, and we're the ones in the driver's seat.
Okay, but what's going to fuel this intense new way of working? It sounds kind of exhausting, right? Hoffman believes the engine for all this is a surprisingly powerful and actually healthy kind of addiction.
He calls it creative addiction. And it's not a bad thing. It's that amazing feeling, that little dopamine rush you get when you successfully create something. Because generative AI makes it so much easier for anyone to be a creator, way more of us are going to get to experience that powerful, motivating feeling. And that's the fuel that's going to power this new entrepreneurial journey. But of course, a change this big and this fast is going to cause some serious waves. And that brings us right to Hoffman's second prediction. AI is about to face a major societal backlash.
By 2026, Hoffman warns that AI is going to become the new go-to scapegoat for everything. It's just an easy target, When things get turbulent and confusing, it's pretty simple to just point a finger at the new technology, whether it's the real cause or not.
We're going to start hearing this kind of thing everywhere. It'll be blamed for shifts in the job market, the price of groceries, you name it. It just becomes the simple, catch-all answer for really complex problems.
But here's the crucial shift. By 2026, this fear won't just be some fictional panic. As AI really does start to change jobs and workflows, the anxiety is going to be rooted in very real, very tangible changes that people are experiencing firsthand.
And I love Hoffman's take on this. He basically says, look, we're heading into some serious rapids. You can't just shout, hey, rapids ahead, and expect people not to panic. No, you have to give them paddles. You have to provide the right tools to navigate the chaos. So, what are these paddles?
Well, these paddles are the focus of Hoffman's third, and he says most important prediction for 2026. He calls it the year of orchestration.
Just think about how AI has evolved, right? We started with simple chatbots. Then we got AI agents that could actually do tasks for us. The next great leap, the skill that Hoffman believes is going to define the future, is this idea of orchestration.
The best way to think about it is like moving from being a musician who plays one instrument to being the conductor of an entire orchestra. Your value doesn't come from doing a single task anymore. It comes from directing a whole team of specialized AI agents to work together and achieve a complex goal.
And this isn't just theory. Hoffman predicts that by 2026, companies will literally need to record every single meeting just so they can use these orchestration systems to automatically pull out action items and brief the right teams. It won't be a nice to have. It'll be table stakes just to stay competitive.
So if orchestration is the next big thing, you can absolutely bet that the competition to master it is going to be incredibly intense. Which brings us to prediction number 4, the clash of the AI titans.
Hoffman sees the big AI players, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, in a super tight horse race. They're going to be trading the lead back and forth month by month. But he doesn't think any of the current frontrunners are going to suddenly stumble out of the race.
But the real story here isn't just about who's in first place. It's the absolutely massive, widening gap between the AI leaders who master orchestration and the laggards who fall behind. The difference in what they can do will be stunning. And the big question mark is whether some surprise new player can leapfrog everyone else and jump into that top tier.
All right, on to Hoffman's final prediction. And this one is probably the most provocative. He believes that for us to reach the next frontier of AI, we're actually going to have to break one of its most sacred rules. For years, there's been this core principle, this commandment, that has defined how we approach AI safety and development. But to get to that next great leap, Hoffman argues we might have to just abandon it. And that sacred rule?
It's interpretability, the idea that we humans should always be able to understand how an AI is making its decisions. Hoffman's wild prediction is that we're going to allow teams of AI agents to communicate in their own optimized languages, ones that we can't understand. It's a frightening trade-off, for sure, but the potential gains in speed and coordination could be absolutely exponential.
So, let's say he's right. We've got these incredibly powerful, super fast teams of agents. So where do we point them? What's the grand challenge we finally decide to tackle?
Hoffman believes the next great application is biology, using these complex models to finally understand the systems of life itself, which are totally far removed from human language. This could completely revolutionize medicine, letting us discover new drugs and understand diseases in ways we never, ever thought possible. So from our careers to the very rules of AI itself, 2026 is shaping up to be a year of profound transformation. All these predictions really point to one fundamental shift in where our value comes from, away from doing the work and towards directing the work. And that leaves us with the most important question of all. Aren't you ready to become an orchestrator?